All right, welcome to another game playthrough series. This one's on V Rising. I love this game. I love these type of games. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to select play, and we're going to do a private game and normal, right? We're going to name our game, give it any name you want, but make sure you do this, otherwise it gets difficult managing your game saves, right? Now we're going to go to Advanced Game Settings, and the first tab here, we're going to leave all the defaults. All right, not changing anything here. Let's roll down. World Settings, no changes. Items, very important. Teleport bound items, right? When enabled, some items will prevent you from using waygates. We don't want that. We check it off. We don't want metal ores to stop us, all right? All right, the next one is time settings, and we want to take this all the way up to 3,600 seconds or 60 minutes. And the daytime length, we want the day to be as short as possible and the night as long as possible relative to the day length. All right, so this might sound confusing, but the duration of the full day and night cycle in seconds. And this is the daytime length. This is the time between sunrise and sunset relative to the full day night cycle duration above. Right? Right, let's go to the next tab. Right, so items, we're not going to change anything here yet. We're going to go with the default settings. Equipment durability, I'm going to cut this in half. 0.5. Health multiplier, we're going to leave the same. To enjoy the gameplay in the beginning, we're going to leave physical power and spell power multiplier set to the default of 1. You want to crank it up, make yourself a little more powerful, especially in the beginning. You're new and you just want to play around. Go ahead and crank that up, right? We're going to leave it at default at 1. Let's see here. Everything else is good. Let's go to the next tab. PvP, we're not playing. We're going to check that off so it's not enabled. Go to the next tab. All right, Castle, Decay Rot, check that. We're going to cut that in half. Here we go, 0.5. Blood Essence Drain Rate, you can read that over there on the right. The higher rate results in a higher blood essence consumption. We're going to take that to 0.5. Don't want to be messing around with that and dealing with that as I'm playing through, right? Don't want that to run out too fast. We're going to get blood really fast, but still, I like to cut that to 0.5. Right? Castle Heart limitation, 2 is fine. 2 castles is just fine. Later on the game, I might take it to 3, but 2, I put one in the middle of the map, or actually it's below the middle and the second castle's above the middle. We'll see that in the playthrough. All right. Castle relocation default, we're just going to leave that default. The cooldown, rather, mouse over, you can see the period in hours before a castle can be relocated. You want to make that less because you're changing your mind. That's one thing. Default height, 3 is fine. Territory limit, I like to make this 75. 50 is just a fraction too low. We're going to get to level 2 pretty quickly, and I just make that 150. That's twice level 1. And go with the defaults for the rest of them are fine. Right? You can always come in and change them during the gameplay. I love the developers for letting us do that. Right? Servant, I'm good. 4, 5. Probably won't get servants until I'm at Castle Heart level 2 anyways, or start getting them, so we'll see. Right? Let's see here, all the other settings, we're going to leave default. Crafting and building, build cost multiplier, I'm going to take that to 0.5. Crafting cost multiplier, 0.5. Crafting rate, take that to 5. Refinement cost multiplier, 0.5. Default is 1, right? Refinement rate, this is how the higher rate results in more rapid refinement. Yeah, I don't want to be waiting around, right? So 5, might change it to 6 later, not sure. Servant convert rate, I don't want to be sitting around waiting, but it doesn't have to go really, really fast. So I'm going to go with 5 and then see what the gameplay is. All right, go to the next one. All right, this is pretty cool. They add that lets you do this. So starting equipment, you can go, start at any level, but that's going to spoil the game. We're just going to go to none. Starting resources, same thing. You can crank that all the way up and start, like a god mode, have highest level character playing through the beginning of the game. Boring. I want to start with none and go from there. Starting level. Sometimes start with 10, but I want to start with 0. It's pretty easy to get to level 10, so I'm not worried about that. And there we go on that. Other rule sets. We're not, select the rule set. We're not going to play around with any of this, so we're not worried about it. Let's go ahead and hit save. All right, and let's hit back. And we got our game name, we've done our settings, we're ready to go. Private local server, so no problem. I'm not going with a password. You could certainly set a password if you want to. You want to set up a LAN server or something like that to play with LAN party, friends, what have you. All right, let's get going. I love this intro. This is such a great job, but I don't want to spend a recording watching this again. I've watched it already plenty of time. But a great job by the development team here. Awesome. So let's go ahead and we're going to hold down the escape key to go right to character creation. Now, I like playing female, all right, female character, and I'm going to go with that. I'm good with the color. I'm undead, so vampire, so this is good. All right, face, love the faces. Going with the first one. You can choose. I always crack up on these faces. Great job, especially this one. But I'm going with this very cute vampire female face. Hair, I like long hair and a ponytail. You can hold the mouse button, turn around. There we go. I like the hair color. Let's go with a red-ish, something like that is fine. All right, not putting a beard on my female, so I'm not worried about that. Accessories, going with earrings. There we go. We're ready to go. Hit complete. You can random through the names. All right, some pretty good names. I wish it went backwards, but it doesn't. So allows you to type in your own name, or you can go through and go with the names that they have selected here. All right, so what we're going to do is, let's see, Lucia or Lucy or Sally. Just go for something like that. All right, going to hit complete, and we're going to start in a coffin. It won't start until you hit the space bar. So go and get a drink of water and stretch, because you may be here for a long time playing. All right, I got my drink of water. I'm ready to go. Let's hit the space bar, jump out of this coffin.
I am alive.
Get the party started. All right, map in the upper right. You've got your timer here, so we're sitting at 5 on the night moon rather. So it goes from 4 to 11, and then there is, whether you want 4 units, 4 hours, however you want to time that. Over on the left, this is your steps you have to take to progress. So we got to leave the coffin, which we've done, and we've left the coffin, and collect bones. All right. Now, when you're going through this, you get a tutorial. So if we hold down the left shift, so you can hold it down now and press W to move forward, and you're going to jump off, or just go right to the edge, look around, and then jump off. You can hit the space bar to dash, and you can see dash right there with a timer, cooldown timer on that. Right now, the only weapon we have is our claws. Right, as soon as we get to a door, or basically F is to open things. All right, so we come to the steps. Just go on down and start clawing our way through this tutorial zone. Right, try not to get hit. Not a good idea, so we left the crypt. And we're collecting bones, so collect enough bones, and 30 bones, so as we're going through. So and try not to get hit. We'll heal if we need to. All right, move around, in and out. You can see when they're going to swing. All right, so F. Now you can take all this way or hit the Q key. I'm just going to hit Q and take everything within that coffin, if you will. All right, so you can slash things with your claws, get wood and stone and fiber and all of that stuff if you want to, but it tells us right here, claim, because we've completed these 2 tasks. And now if we hit the tab, we're able to craft a bone sword. We're able to craft a bone ring. All right, now the bone ring should go on, and if we hit tab out and tab back in, should go right into our inventory. All right, and then we've got the sword that's already loaded for us. All right, and we're ready to go. All right, so the next thing is to slay enemies, just 3. Collect everything, right? People with range, get on them fast, because they'll be pesty. Rats, pick up every rat. Again, we harvest everything we can as we're going through. And pick up the bones. You can see we have completed these tasks. And now we have a new spell slot. So we have 4 spell slots here, and we're going to claim. And the first one is Shadow Bolt by default. You can see the cooldown and the cast time. All right, on that. So very nice. And you hit R here to hit a spell. Let's come up on this. And boom. All right, and you can see the cooldown as it ticks down to when it's going to be ready again. Where'd that rat go? There's another one over here. Nope. Right, ranged. I got ranged now too, buddy. Yeah. All right, just keep moving around. Ooh, dash. All right. Put your cursor on, face your enemy when you're slashing them. All right. All right, pick up everything. I break everything. In the beginning, I'm trying to get as much fiber and materials as I can, because this is a pretty easy area. All right, we're grabbing these rats. And let's see. We could go to the cooldown if we wanted to. All right, grab rats. Open coffins. Q, or if you want to, just select the button, take all. All right, and if you want to, again, you can go through, get all the plant fiber, any other materials that are there. All righty, so boom, 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 boom. All right. Okay, I got the rats. Health still looking good. And I'm going to get out of here. Let's grab the bones on the way out. More loot, more bones. And then, I did that too fast. F, you can pick west or east. I always start on the west side. It's up to you. We're basically going to be heading up into this area here to start forming our first base. All right, so let's go ahead and get going. And there we go. We've completed that part of the tutorial. Reminding you once again to jump off this, because otherwise you come to an end. See, it tells you shift to jump. All right. All right, so we've set up the game. We've started. We've got another checklist here. We've done fired 2 shadow bolts. Let's go ahead and hit claim.
Achievement
We
for
picked
sure.
up Blood Right as our second spell. So we're ready to go there, all right? And if you hit J, you'll bring up your spell book, and you can see we're in the blood magic. We don't have any of these yet, and we've got these 2 spells right now, all right? So that's going to conclude this episode, and in the next episode, we're going to start heading towards our base, hopefully before it gets too late. Until then, happy gaming.